Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. I am listening to the music of the Holy Spirit. What a song God is singing. I will listen all day long. I will listen all day long. Oh yeah, hey yo.
Oh yeah, hey ya.
Oh yeah, hey yo.
Oh yeah, hey ya.
Oh yeah, hey yo.
Oh yeah, hey ya.
Oh Spirit. Hallelujah. Praise the Spirit. Hallelujah. Praise the Spirit. Thank you and welcome. So we're taking off on a new song for all you people for the opening song. You are beautiful, and it's really simple. Please join in.
As you may have noticed, I can't get this out. Is there a trick? Uh-huh. Oh, he didn't bother to tell me the trick. Oh. Takes muscles. As you may have noticed, I am not Dennis. Dennis is under the weather. It is not COVID. He asked me to stress that. He has tested over and over again. It is not COVID, but he's having some congestion and not feeling that well. So Dennis has a huge heart, and he loves to share with all of us, but thankfully, this is something he chose not to share. So please keep him in your prayers and your thoughts, because we love him and we want him back as soon as possible. And he just needs to take a little rest and a break. So I welcome you all this morning. I am Donna Hodge. I am the outgoing president for the board. And as you may know, we do have a board meeting after the service today. An annual meeting, yes. Well, it's kind of like a board meeting. But an annual meeting, yes, for the entire congregation. This is your church, and we want and need and desire your input. We are making some suggestions going forward, and we would like you all to stay. If you are a member, you have the right to vote. So please, 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 let's have a good turnout, after the service. And before we do the meeting, we will have some snacks. We'll have some sandwiches and some snacks back there, so you won't have to die on the vine waiting for the meeting to get over with. So with that, we're going to move forward this morning, and bear with me. This is not my strongest forte, but we'll get through it. We are going to have our regular service. It will be modified just a little bit, but we're going to move forward and ask Geraldine to come and light our candle for us, as we do every Sunday. And as Dennis always reminds us, as you see that candle burning, think about that burning white light in the middle of our being that leads us, that Spirit gives us to lead us forward. So we have a beautiful candle there. We also have our prayer box, and if you have a prayer request, you can put it in this box. We also have 2 boxes out in the hallway, so you can put a prayer request in there. Dennis and staff pray over that for a week, and then they send it on to Unity, and they pray over it for a month. So if you have any prayer requests for yourself, for someone you know, someone you love, put it in that. And with that, we're going to have an opening prayer. So if you would just take a deep breath and let it out, and go to that center spirit, heart center. And for the next hour or so, let's just try and connect with Spirit. Connect in love with those around us. We are so grateful and so blessed to be part of this community. We have an abundance of love and gifts and willingness for people to make this church as we know it go forward. We just pray that the Spirit will guide us and direct us as we go through this service. Connect us all in love. And so it is. Amen.
Please join us in Love is Drawn to Love.
Make me some room, love's by your side, oh, love is drawn to love. Here in this place, hearts open wide, oh, love is drawn to love. We'll find our song, sing it together, love is drawn to love. With harmony, everything's better, love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love, love, oh, love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love, love, oh, love is drawn to love. Stand up for truth, send up your voices, love is drawn to love. Follow your heart, you'll see the choices, love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love, love, oh, love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love, love, oh, love is drawn to love. Love, love, oh, love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love.
Good morning. I'm Nancy, your celebration assistant, right? Yes, yes. I masked myself today because I had a cold this week and I don't want to breathe on you guys. So I'll put it back on when I get off at this microphone. Welcome, everybody. We welcome you to the Unity Center of Spiritual Growth, where all people who wish to worship are welcome. We strive to live, love, and uplift lives. We are an inclusive and affirming church. We bless people of all races, sexual orientations, colors, political beliefs, or anything else that you might have been judged for in the past. We welcome you, and we are glad that you were here. We'd love to introduce the wonderful musicians. But first time I've met Tiffany Quinn. Thank you very much for being here today. As well as Gwen and Paul Gathercole and Jim Turner on the guitar over there, bass, guitar, both probably. And Jim Sullenberger back there fixing us up, and Brian Wright and Joe Ornelas on the technical stuff. Yes, thank you. And everybody else that really helps put the service together, we really appreciate you here every day, every time, throughout the week, and everything to make this church happen. The board put this service together in the last minute when Dennis called in sick. So we really appreciate all the work that you guys have done. If you're here for the first time today, we love that you're here, and you get to stay for our annual meeting. No, well, you don't have to, but if you are here for the first time, please raise your hand and we'll bring you a little packet of information. If you're here for the first time online, there is a place that you can connect with us on the website. There's a connect button, I believe, on the website that you can hit and let us know that you're here for the first time. It'd be great. There's actually a little conversation thing you can have with Jim while you're watching us online. And let's see, if you had the opportunity to take a look at some of the announcements while you were sitting here, I'm sure you were glued to the box up here instead of talking to your friends, but in case not, let me just tell you a few things, like we're having the annual meeting today, which will give you the overview of the work that we did in the past, and you'll be able to approve the bylaws if you're a voting member. If you're not a voting member, you can still come and check us all out. And also, there'll be new candidates appointed to the board today. So please stay and have a light lunch. Please join Elizabeth and Jim Klotinen at the Akam City Experience on Saturday, February 25th, to receive a powerful and spiritual gift of transmitting from the state of the Akam Siditi giver that allows the recipient to receive an enlightenment state of being. Wow. If you would like to be enlightened, be there. And our Fat Follies have returned, and I would like to invite the director-producer of Fat Follies, Miss Julie Croteau, to come up and let you know what you can do.
Oh, thank you, Nancy. Hey, so Fat Follies is a show that we have been doing off and on for many, many years, and several of you out there have participated. We do have, it's just a variety show. If you have a talent of a skit, want to tell some jokes, sing a song, play some drums, whatever you want to do, you are invited to sign up. There is a sign-up sheet in the hallway. The show is going to happen March 10th, right here. It's a Friday night at 7 o'clock. If you have questions, you can ask me about it. We'll have tickets for sale soon, and they are $15 per person or $25 per family. So just check in with Donna here. She's going to have tickets. And boy, yeah, just come see me after service if you have any questions, okay? It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you.
Wow. And thank you very much. Dave, boy, I hope I said that right. Grittal, did I say that right? Grittal, his hands raised back there, is facilitating a discussion group on Brené Brown's best-selling book, Atlas of the Heart, Mapping Meaningful Connection in the Language of Human Experience. This 13-week series starts on Saturday, March 4th at 2 p.m. There's limited participation, so if you are going to join it, you need to let him know. There's a sign-up sheet in the hallway. It's $100 per person. That covers the full 13 weeks, and I think most of you received a flyer. Take a look at that, touch into your heart, and see if you'd like to be part of that experience. It will help you a lot. And if you'd like to join Todd Neal and Virginia Taft on Saturday, March 25th from 9 to 3 p.m. for the Family Heritage Workshop, that will be happening here, and that's a $25 love offering is suggested. And any of you that have ever had anybody reach out to you when you were in the hospital or under the weather or needed some help with one of your loved ones, that was our InReach committee that helped you. And our InReach committee needs a new team leader. Our wonderful leader, Sandy Chaplain, who I'm sure is watching, is stepping back, and prayers for her daily, everyone, please. And we would like to have somebody else step up to that position. It's kind of an easy spot because there's a big committee. So you just get the information, put it out there, and somebody from the committee goes, I can do that, or I can do that. So please, somebody step forward. That would be wonderful. And one other thing that wasn't on the slides is the Love and Kindness, back by popular demand, the Love and Kindness 201 class will be offered by Barbara St. Dennis on Saturday, March 18th at 2 o'clock in the sanctuary. If you have already taken it, or if you'd like to know more about the Love and Kindness meditation, it's an inspiration to you. It will be an inspiration to you. Mark your calendar, and there is a sign-up sheet in the hallway. And without further ado, let us say hello to our neighbors and our friends, and please take a minute to bless each other, and I'm going to go put my mask back on. thank you for returning to your seats. And our inspirational reading today will be done by Julie Couture.
Thank you. All right. Katharine Hepburn told us something important, and that was, if you obey all the rules, you will miss all the fun. That's a good one for me. All right, so she was right, you know. We aren't here on this earth to be good, little obedient boys and girls who follow all the rules created by others. We are here to live up to the calling of our souls, to blaze a trail that nobody has ever seen before, and to answer the deep urgings of our spirit and our own soul. This playground called Our Life is a place to learn love, to learn how to love the Spirit of God within us, and to understand how to love others, and to master the idea of loving ourselves. That doesn't require rules created by others. Instead, it takes a joy-filled commitment to the Christ consciousness within. Search for your joy and learn to share your love. And so it is. Namaste.
So if you'll join me in a meditation. If you're comfortable doing so, I'd like you to close your eyes and just tune into my voice. Take a deep breath and feel it going into your heart. And slowly exhale, letting go of the thoughts and concerns that are racing through your mind this morning. Again, imagine breathing in through your heart and feel the relaxation and ease as you exhale all of the extraneous thoughts out. Let them all go for a moment as we go deep inside to connect with the best of us, the divine essence that resides in all of us. I'd like you to bring to your consciousness a memory of what it feels like to love and be loved. Perhaps it would help to bring to mind your feelings when you held a baby, or pet your dog, or achieved a goal with the help of someone, looked into the eyes of a loved one, or were comforted by a friend. Where does that feeling of love reside in your body? Some feel a warmth in your chest or heart area. Perhaps it's a softening and lightening of your whole body. Sit with this sense of the presence of love inside of you for just a moment while you continue to hold the picture of what brought that feeling to you. Now let that picture go and hang on to the physical, mental, spiritual sensation and imagine that it's filling your body with light. Then see it filling this room and touching everyone here with light and warmth. Now let that sensation of love expand outside this building into our community, into our state, the country, the world. For this moment, see this love as available to everyone as a warm, comforting, nourishing sensation. And for a moment in the silence, see the globe enveloped in the loving energy that we in this room are emanating, and see it as making a difference in each of us and in the universe, in the silence. Divine Presence, may we use the tool of loving kindness to make ourselves and our world a kinder, more loving place. Thank you for the gift of your presence in us at all times, available when we need the reminder that our small selves become big selves when we help to spread loving kindness in our world. And so it is. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks for joining me in that meditation. I don't know about you guys, but I'm waiting for the day when a crying baby interrupts the meditation. It's time for another one, folks. Today was going to be the introduction of our chaplaincy program, and I'm sure Dennis is watching at home in pride, I hope, Dennis, because it means a lot to him. He was really anxious to get it going, and I believe we have 12 volunteers that have signed up to be a part of that, and a couple of them are going to talk today. But I asked Dennis to write a few words about what the chaplaincy program means, and so I'm going to share those with you. We, meaning all of us, hold the words of the Bible really dear, and I quote, "Whenever two or more people gather together in the name of spiritual consciousness, all things are possible." And that's what a prayer chaplain is all about. Prayer chaplain program is all about. To have people who have the need to pray with someone else, have someone to pray with, and people being linked together in a holy communion with a prayer chaplain. There are three mystical elements in this enterprise: the person who wants to pray, the prayer chaplain who loves to pray and is willing to pray, and then the Spirit of God within us and all around us. Often a prayer chaplain may start with the words that, "Spirit of God, we invite you to be here with us." But then, of course, the Spirit of God is always with us. So when these words are spoken, it's really a call for the prayee and the chaplain to wake up and be aware of the presence and the possibilities that have always been there. Because with God, all things are possible. Praying by ourselves is a wonderful, enriching, nourishing experience, but praying with someone else takes us deeply into the mystical presence of God. And this program is going to be available to us in the very near future. So what we've done in scrambling to put a program together at the last minute is we've asked some of the people who volunteered to be chaplains and a person who is already a very experienced chaplain to talk a little bit about what chaplaincy means to them and what they're hoping it will bring to the church. So the first person that's going to talk to us is Jennifer James, who is the manager of chaplaincy services at Kootenai Health, where she's been for almost 20 years. So she'll start it off for that. Thank you.
It's a little scary to say almost 20 years. It does not feel like that long. Roy asked me to speak today, and I'm happy to share with you my thoughts about being a chaplain, but I would also like to express my gratitude to those who are volunteering to be chaplains here at Unity. The chaplains in the past have been a great blessing to me, and I know they have to everyone else too, to have so many people interested in becoming part of that program. I think that's really a blessing to the church. And I know that each of those who are going to be involved as chaplains are going to be just as blessed as the people who receive their services. It's one of the things that I experienced as a chaplain. And in the beginning of doing this work as a chaplain, I think that's something that I won't say I felt guilty for, but I don't know. There's a part of me that, am I supposed to get as much out of this as the people that I serve? And my answer to that is yes. I feel like when we follow the call of Spirit to do something that we are meant to do, we are blessed by doing that. So I know that each person involved in this program is going to be blessed to work as a chaplain. I'm a board-certified professional hospital chaplain, and for us to do that work, we need a master's degree in theology or pastoral ministry and a year of training on top of that. Thankfully, Unity chaplains don't have to have that much training, though I know that the time that they commit to the training and the time they commit to the work is a big commitment, and so we should be grateful that they are willing to do that. Many people see chaplains as providing prayer, and at the hospital there's often an expectation that chaplains are there for some reason to be a religious figure, which I guess for some we are. I think there's sometimes a fear that we're there to try to win souls to Christ or make changes in their lives, and that is not what we do. But some of the things that we do and that the chaplains here will also be doing, I guess the main thing I'd like to say is we're present with people where they are. And that's such a gift. I heard the words that Dennis put together about prayer, which is incredible and which is such a blessing. But I think even deeper and more fundamentally than that, chaplains are present with people where they are in that moment. And to me, that's the gift, that connection, that presence that chaplains provide to the people that they're serving. We, at the hospital, we walk with people through some of life's biggest challenges and changes, through new diagnoses, difficult decisions, traumatic injuries, and also we get to help welcome new lives into the world, celebrate successful surgeries and recoveries, and even the occasional wedding, which our chaplains will probably not be doing, but we get to do that at the hospital. And the same spiritual beliefs and values that brought me to Unity help me every day as a chaplain. Understanding that the divine is present in all of us, that there are many paths to God, that every person deserves respect and love, that stuff happens just by virtue of being human in the world, and we don't have answers to. But we can be present with people in those situations. That authentic presence and acceptance create a space of peace and healing. Each of you that are entering into work as a chaplain has the opportunity to enter into sacred space with those you serve, to be present in their vulnerability, to walk with them for a while on their journey, to provide prayer and support, to remind them that they are not alone. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening to the call to provide this wonderful service to our congregation and our visitors. So I'm looking forward to hearing from those who are speaking today and looking forward to receiving the gift that the chaplains bring to the congregation, to all of us. So thank you.
Listening to Jen talk reminded me that many years ago, actually it wasn't that long ago, I had the unfortunate experience of having 3 surgeries in 1 year. And probably I was all gorked out, so I don't quite remember, but all 3 surgeries, Jen popped up at my bedside. And I tell you what, having a familiar face when you're in a scary time like that is incredible. Thank you for the bottom of my heart. Bob McDonald is going to say something.
Thanks, Roy, and Jennifer, thank you very much. And thank you all for being here, and it's good to be here myself. And I wasn't feeling good, and I was going to beg off too today, you know. Isn't it funny we gathered the 2 churches back together, made one organization? The first thing Dennis does is take a day off. But it's really good to be here, and like I said, I wasn't feeling all that great either today, but I'm reminded of this chaplaincy program and how it isn't necessarily for me, it's for you. But Jennifer just said, is it right that I should get more out of it, or at least as much as the people that I pray with? Absolutely, I get more. And it isn't me that's doing it. When they first asked me if I'd be interested in being a prayer chaplain, I said no. I was pretty clear. I didn't think I knew anything enough to share with anybody. I didn't think that I could do this or I could do that. I had no incantations, no postures, no particular prayers. But then I was reminded, it isn't you that does it anyway. It's you that finds out. And this is a turning point in my life. It really has been, because it began to change my whole belief system. I'm thinking I needed to know a lot about God and how it worked and everything else, but that's not true. I just need to know that there is a God. And I like to rephrase it and say, I found out that there's a power behind me that'll take care of the problems in front of me, but it has to work through me. Too bad. You get to do the work. But the work is pretty easy. But I need to remind people sometimes, and I forget myself, and I'm reminded constantly that just what I said, there's a power behind us. And I hope you can find that power. And once having found that power, I hope you begin to rely on it as much as I rely on this cane sometimes. And but we need, it's like a crutch almost, but God isn't a crutch. God is much more than that. God is the power. There's only one presence, one power, one activity in my life and in the universe, God the good. And we should, at this time, just for a minute, join me in a prayer for Dennis. And it's a very simple prayer. It's a little modification of the prayer for protection. James Dillett Freeman, we say it all the time. And we'll think of Dennis as we say it. And we'll say that the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. The abundance of God provides our every need. The Spirit of God directs our every deed. Wherever we are, God is, and all's well. Thank you.
And Maribel, where are you, Maribel? Thank you.
So my name is Maribel, and I was part of the Chaplain Program when Deidre was our minister, as was Fran and Bob. And when it was dissolved, there was an emptiness. Not that I couldn't fulfill it on my own, but there was in terms of service to the community. And when we come together as in a group on Sunday, no matter what our obstacles are in our lives, we're a community that are seeing each other for the highest good. So I'm very pleased that the program is back, and I'm glad to step into those shoes again, because I see that I don't have a master's degree in theology or counseling, but you know how they say often that the things you need to apply your life to show up, even when you say no? Even if you say no, it shows up for you to do. And for me to say no to this the first time around, like 10 years ago, that was not an option, because the strong yes was yes, yes. So I kept following that current of service to others, knowing full well, as Jennifer said, why is it that I feel so much better when I get to bear witness to somebody's obstacle in their life or suffering or grief, that just that moment is the manifestation of a prayer box coming into fullness through two individuals, bearing witness to what they need to hear from each other. So that ability for me to listen to someone else's pain or grief or obstacle, however they worded, I don't know why I can do it, but it is a blessing. I did have to say that as a child, I grew up in a Catholic background. So we used to have, when I was a child in my home, young women that were coming through a Catholic program to be nuns. So they would come to our house and stay for a few weeks. So I was always watching them pray. They had their little altar, their prayer beads, or rosary, not prayer beads, that's from the Buddhist perspective. And they were always doing their prayers to God, their highest good. So I grew up with that transmission of hearing someone in their, how they wanted to change the present. So I learned from them, now from a Buddhist perspective, is you practice today, all the goodness that you can today, bear witness to all the goodness, because on the day when you can't, where you're blinded by whatever's occurring in your life, you remember that you practiced through prayer, through bearing witness, through being a listener, a blessing to another person. So I'm very happy that the program is back. Thank you.
And Dave Couteau.
Morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you all doing? Good. Good. Well, I got a little story to tell, really personal. Happened to me in 18 when I came back to wonderful Idaho from being in exile in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Not really. It's a beautiful place, a lot of history. If you like to learn about what happened a few thousand years ago, that's the place to go. Anyhow, I'm an adventuring type of person, and in 2016, I decided I'm going to get rid of everything, get myself an RV, and explore. So I did. Except for some books that are treasures, they never leave my life. So my cats, 2 of them, and I jumped in an RV and started a new life, and quickly ran out of money. So what looks good may not necessarily be good. So after thinking about it for quite a while, I thought, well, you know, Coeur d'Alene has a calling, so I'm going to get them back there. So very fortunate to have some people here, some friends and former family members. And they took me in, and we did the things, and they said, no, you're going to stay, aren't you? And I said, yes, as much as I stay anywhere I am. But at the same time, I kind of don't have anything to go to. So it was decided, my cats decided this, that I should sell the RV and look for something more permanent. So I did, spending some time with friends at their homes, and had a wonderful real estate person. They said one day, hey, we found a place, really nice, it's a manufactured home, it's got a lot of furniture and stuff they're going to leave behind. And I thought, that's great, I don't have a bed, I can sleep on something. So, okay, I went and looked at it, and it looked as if they just went to the store. Went to Fred Meyer's, the glasses were on the table, and there were some dishes in the sink, and everything was there. So I thought, well, this can't be really happening to me. So I thought, well, this just might be an answer to a prayer. So I prayed a little bit more. You know, is this supposed to happen? The money, getting changes, moving into something, have permanence, all those things, I need help. And I thought, might as well let's give it a shot. So I prayed, and I thought, if they just would leave a sofa, I could sleep on that. So it came to pass. I went, wow, the power of prayer really works. And then once I got settled in, I started looking at the furniture, and I'm thinking, overstuffed chairs, big brown things you sit in that kind of encircle you. And I'm really more of a Swedish type of furniture in my house. So I thought, you know, the lesson here is that as much as I didn't want to bother God for some help, I did, but I wasn't specific. I should have asked for better furniture. Point being that although there's a few billion people in the world, the power of prayer is really something quite fascinating and personal. And this program really attracted me to helping people get clear about what it is they're looking for in their prayers, and help them and support them in the process of doing that. It's just a wonderful feeling, and when I saw that this was available, I jumped at it. I just really jumped at it. I'm looking so forward to it. Sorry, Dennis, you're not the weather, but get over it. I'm really looking to get to the class and get going here. And I can speak personally from a hospital experience. A year ago, I had to tear my aorta quite quickly, and our hospital and the prayer people there were quite wonderful to me. So thank you for that. And talk to me about this after work. Thank you.
So these are the chaplains that we could cobble together on Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Is there anybody else who's volunteered to be in the chaplain program would like to talk about why they're doing it and what it means to them? Going once? Going twice? So join with me in a prayer for these incredible people who are going to be doing this for us. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, for the wonderful people who will be giving this wonderful program to us. Bless them in their service to this church, and may we support them in their efforts. Amen. And namaste. That is your sermon today.
All we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other. can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through. Crashing waves touch the shore. Time moves faster every day. Ebb and flow, no control. All that's left to say is all we can do is be there for each other in these times when we don't know what to do. All we can do is be there for each other and help each other through and help each other
One of the things that I really like about the Chaplain Program is once a month you get this phone call from one of the chaplains just to pray with you. That is, if you're a member, which reminds me there is an annual meeting today. So please stay, and you can become members very easily by taking the class. And there are a few new people, I think, that just started this year. So I encourage you to, be a member if you aren't, and, look forward to that phone call. Thank you, guys.
Nancy?
Yes.
According to our merger rules, anyone who was a member of either church qualifies to be a member now. So if they haven't taken the specific unity class, but were a member of Church of Truth, it counts.
So I'm going to repeat that in case it didn't get into the microphone. That if you were a member of either church, you are a member of this church. So if you have been a member of either church, you are now a member of this church, and you get to vote this afternoon, and you'll get that phone call once the chaplaincy thing is finished, whatever, right? So it is our time in the service for our prosperity blessing, and this week we have asked Dennis Burkhart to come on up and give you a prosperity blessing. Thank you.
Good morning. We are blessed to be able to come home again today, and we get to renew our spiritual lives together. One of the ways we get to honor the chance to worship together is through the act of giving. So we give of our financial gifts, and as we do so, we are reminded that as we give, so shall we receive. In exactly the same way, and because that is true, let's give with the extra dose of love. Thanks, God. You rock. Namaste.
We shall cross that mighty river if we all go hand in hand. If we build our bridge together, on that other shore we'll stand. We shall cross that mighty river if we all get unified. We shall cross that mighty river by and by. We shall cross that mighty river if we all go hand in hand. If we build our bridge together, on that other shore we'll stand. We can cross that mighty river
Wow. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. And we're getting ready to cross that mighty river. We are new today, and we have just unlimited possibilities in front of us. So I look forward to that. If you'd come forward, please, with our offering. We'll bless our offering. And again, I will remind you that we do have our annual meeting after the service. We have snacks back there for you. We've got sandwiches and snacks, so take a quick break and grab something to eat real quick, and then you will check back in. We need to check off if you are here and you are a member today. 11:30? Okay, we will start at 11:30. Okay. As always, Spirit of God, we say thank you. Thank you so much for these blessings through the offering that we're receiving today. We are so grateful for the abundance that you've given us. And we know that even though things have been tight in the past, we have an abundance of prosperity ahead of us. And for that, we are grateful and we say thank you. Amen. Okay. We have been the last few weeks doing a meditation after the service for about 10 minutes. I've got to tell you, that is working. Our attendance, the first week that we did it, the next week our attendance went up. We prayed for finances that week, and the next week the finances went up. The offering went up. So we are seeing increased attendance, increased offering. We are going to continue that process. However, we're not going to continue it today due to the annual meeting. We are going to wait until next week. But please, 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 we're having a good turnout too. After the service, I would say probably, 2/3 of the people that are in the service are continuing to come back for that meditation. It's powerful, and we need to continue it, and we are, again, so blessed. We thank you, Spirit of God. Okay, we'll have the kids come in. The future of unity coming through the door.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine on. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine on. Yeah, my sisters and my brothers, we're gonna let it shine. Well, my sisters and my brothers, hey, we're gonna let it shine. Sisters and my brothers, we're gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine on. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine on.
All right, and Chase is going to talk about what we did today.
We did a craft called the Gonzai. Oh, God's eye.
The bonsai.
Thank you. We love it. Thank you so much. I am so proud of our youth. They have really blossomed, haven't they? They used to come in here and they were so shy, and I admire the fact that they're taking parts and speaking up. It's wonderful. So now, if you would, we will stand. Have I covered everything? Okay, we'll stand and we'll sing our peace song.
Let there
now if you join me in our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen.
We shall cross that mighty river if we all go hand in hand. We will build our bridge together on that other shore we stand. We shall cross that mighty river if we all get